The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue the special military operation in Ukraine. High-precision air-based missiles have destroyed large fuel depots in the Starokostantinov and Khmelnitskii districts, from which fuel had been supplied to Ukrainian forces' armored vehicles in Donbass. Iskander operational and tactical missile system has destroyed 2 large missile and artillery weapons depots in Kamenka, Donetsk Region. During an aerial battle, 1 Ukrainian Air Force Su-24 has been shot down near Tumen, Roven Region, near the Ukrainian-Belarusian border. Air defensemen of the Russian Aerospace Forces shot down 10 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles near Izyum, Novaya Kakhovka, Donetsk, Nikolaev, Berdyansk, Gorlovka, Lugansk and Rubezhnoe. During the day, operational tactical aviation and missile troops hit 64 military assets of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, among them 4 command posts, including the headquarters of the Ukrainian Special Operations Forces near Berdyansk, Nikolaev Region, 3 anti-aircraft missile systems, 1 S-300 near Malin City, Zhytomyr Region, and 2 Buk M1 near Ugledar and Slavyansk, 3 multiple launch rocket systems, 2 artillery batteries, and 49 areas of concentration of weapons and military equipment and strongholds of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were also destroyed. In total, 124 aircraft and 77 helicopters, 214 anti-aircraft missile systems, 321 unmanned aerial vehicles, 1,752 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 184 multiple launch rocket systems, 734 field artillery and mortars, as well as 1,640 units of special military vehicles of the Armed Forces of Ukraine were destroyed during the operation. The Russian Defense Ministry has already repeatedly exposed the cynical lies used by the Kiev nationalist regime to maintain its power in Ukraine and mislead the international community. On March 20, for example, President Zelensky, in a video addressed to the Israeli Knesset, accused Russia of allegedly targeting Uman city in Cherkasy region. To enhance the dramatic effect, Zelensky stated, and I quote, "This is a place visited by tens of thousands of Israelis every year for the pilgrimage of Tzadik Nachman." I would like to stress that during special military operation, the Russian armed forces do not strike civilian objects, all the more so when it comes to places of worship and any other places of public worship. It is the Kiev regime, in violation of international humanitarian law and simply moral norms, that uses such facilities as collection and transfer points for weapons and Nazis to take part in hostilities. Today, we present evidence received from a member of the Uman Jewish community of the use by the Zelensky regime for this purpose of the building of the new city synagogue located at Chassainy Lane 1. Photographs taken on March 21, the day after Zelensky's speech to the Knesset, show the formation of 2 columns of nationalists on the synagogue grounds. I would like to point out that the property, weapons and ammunition stored in the synagogue building were first loaded by the nationalists into the backs of dump trucks and then disguised as bags of building rubbish. At the same time, buses painted as school vehicles with appropriate children's signs are being used to transport nationalists and foreign mercenaries from western regions of Ukraine, as can be clearly seen in the photos. Thus, the building of the Jewish cult in Uman is being deliberately used by the Kiev nationalist regime for military purposes, to provoke conflict and political pressure on Russia by Jewish religious organizations in the event of a strike on it.